The Chris Tyson situation could become a complete disaster for MrBeast brand. However, it may also provide some unique benefits. So let's begin by going over.
Wait, is this actually? Wait, is it a he or she? I don't want to mess up. It? Okay, are you guys setting me up? Is it he, she, they, them? He goes by all pronouns? Okay. I'm just gonna say he. Is that fine? Can I say that or no? I'm gonna say he. Jesus, bro. I'm gonna get canceled, bro. Stop. Come on. I'm gonna say he. I don't know what. Bro, I don't even know how to talk. Bro, if you would have told me 13 years ago when I'm playing, or 6 years ago when I'm on H1Z1 saying a bunch of bull, that I'd be saying this and that, bro, I don't understand this. Listen, all I'm saying is, when you transition, do you have to wear bras? That's my question. Like, do you actually get tits? Like, how does that work? Like, as a guy, is it possible to eventually get pregnant?
Over the drama before explaining exactly how this will impact the MrBeast channel. In mid-2022, fans began to notice that Chris Tyson was changing. In the early days, he represented the quintessential southern gun and truck loving dude, yet beginning in March 2022, Chris began to display increasingly feminine traits, making tweets such as "I finally got my nails done at a nail tech." Additionally, Chris would highlight that his facial appearance had changed significantly since the start of the pandemic, which accompanied another post reading, "Okay, so in 4 different customs I had to prove I was myself because I quote look nothing like my passport pic, so much that I'm considering updating my passport. Do you see any resemblance?" Prompting replies such as "You went from man to boy." Chris responded by stating, "Nah, to be honest, I just really started taking my mental health seriously and eating better," yet his Twitter photos kept insinuating that Chris was becoming more feminine.
If I painted my nails, would y'all care?
This same kind of look showing up in his MrBeast appearances. For example, on the 6th of January 2023, Beast Reacts uploaded a video titled "I strapped a GoPro to a fish," in which Chris dressed in a way that prompted comments such as, "Chris has been adopting more and more traits that remind me of my grandmother." Okay, so some people just gonna ignore Chris's nails? Chris had to have lost a bet.
I'll be honest with you, I've been using tampons.
The response to the video then prompted countless viral TikToks, such as this one with 700,000 likes, stating, "How did Chris go from this to this?" While others even made the claim that Carl had turned him gay.
That's a crazy claim. Do you think Carl actually made him this way? I don't really understand who Carl is. So Carl was a Minecraft YouTuber, correct? Is he even gay? Or is he just fruity? He's not even gay. Okay. I'll be honest with you, I feel like I speak for everyone when I say all men are fruity a little bit. Let's not lie to ourselves. We would all take a dick or two one day. For $100,000? 150. 200? 500,000. $1 million. Some of you guys are taking that dick. $10 million. I know one of you guys are taking it. On my life, I'm taking that dick raw with no lubricant. I don't give a fuck, bro. I will let him spread my anal cavity open.
Now, this was pretty ridiculous as Carl isn't even that feminine, and Chris had come out as bisexual years before he and Carl had even met. The true catalyst for Chris Tyson's feminization instead seemed to have come from his marriage. In January 2022, Chris would post a photo with his wife to his Instagram, yet after this, the family photo stopped altogether.
Aww.
Fans also noticed that he'd removed his wedding ring, with the ring's absence correlating perfectly.
What are you saying? XQC's watching me. Here it comes. It's gonna be payphone. Get ready.
Like that, let alone say it publicly and act like you're fucking serious.
Wait, what was it? Too far on. What was it?
You have to be to even think something like that, let alone say it publicly.
Alright, don't tell me it was the one.
Yoinky piss, yoinky mean when I'm sipping drink. What the f is wrong with him? Is he f***ing stupid?
That doesn't sound right.
Bro?
Does XQC even like me anymore, bro? Bro, every time XQC sees a clip of me, he just doesn't like me. He shows no emotion. Like, maybe crack a smile? Why does his opinion matter to me? Because I look up to him. The same way you guys look up to me, I look up to XQC.
With the very first post in which he'd painted his nails. Chris confirmed the split in a post from March 2023 reading, "For a little over a year now, me and Katie have been separated," with this also confirming that Chris's transformation began as soon as his marriage came to an end. Chris went from lighting campfires and raising a family with his beautiful wife to now trying to be a wife with his man buns and long nails. As the
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like having a wife and kid is crazy, no? Does he still take care of them? I don't really like... Oh, he takes care of them and it doesn't matter.
criticism continued to pile, Chris announced that he'd be taking a break from social media. And while there was a possibility that Chris would make efforts to return to his former self, he'd rather do the opposite and double down on his feminine image, showing up to the Kids' Choice Awards looking like this, before making the announcement that he'd been doing HRT for approximately 2 months.
What is HRT? Can someone tell me what that is? Hormones? Okay.
According to a quick Google search, is the medical process for changing genders. Chris would expand on this by stating, "Informed consent HRT saved my and many others' lives. The hurdles GNC people have to jump through to get life-saving gender-affirming healthcare in a first world country is wild to me. Just let people make informed decisions about their own bodies," which received a positive response from both Carl and MrBeast, who wrote, "Got you, I did one more heart than Carl because I'm a better friend." While his co-workers expressed positivity, others weren't so welcoming. There goes a father figure the kid won't ever be able to look up to. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Weak man times. Chris responded to this comment by stating, "This is just more dog whistling that somehow trans and GNC folks aren't safe around kids. Tucker begs for me to come back when I leave for like 2 days to film. He is so loved and happy. Kids aren't born with hate, it's taught by people like you, and my child will only know love. I know I'm going to be a great parent, and so is every other person who puts the love of their child before everything. I made this decision because I wanted to show up as my best and happiest self for him. In a way, this was for Tucker."
This was for Tucker? Wait, I'm not gonna lie to you. Do you think I'm a weak man or a strong man? Like, he was talking about a weak man and strong. I feel like the way I see it, the hardest times I've been through in life, I've always persevered, and that's why I think I'm special, no? Y'all agree or no? Let's be real here, bro. Like, let's talk to each other, bro. I'm trying to interact with you guys. I'm trying to be real. Alright.
Chris's response received some positivity such as, "I'm convinced you're an amazing father. Tucker is lucky to have you and also lucky to have all of those who surround and support you in his life, as well as I adore that, I'm glad you made that decision. It's so much easier to be a parental figure when you're not struggling with dysphoria," yet he'd also-
What is dysphoria? I thought that was a Netflix show. I'm so confused. I don't understand this vocabulary, bro.
receive an equal amount of backlash. "You ripped apart your family and took a father figure away from your son just so you could paint your nails and act zesty. Pathetic. He will get torn apart at school, won't want to have friends around his house. A life full of difference and being alone. Must have missed the point in that tweet. How's this for him when you're depriving him of a father figure?" Although Chris wasn't altered by these comments, as he'd once again reiterate his certainty in a new post reading, "It's never too late to start being yourself," which received praise from MrBeast as well as Nolan and Carl. However, these comments also added extra fuel to the fire. "In a few years, look back at this thread and remember they were never your friends. Only yes men cowards.
Yo!
Hope you come out of this safe." MrBeast responded to this with a simple opinion irrelevant ratio, to which the original commenter would state, "I have 30 followers, so go ahead and ratio me. I'll still rest easy knowing that I'm not a coward who idly sits by watching my friend ruin his own life." In some ways,
Yikes. Wait, do you think MrBeast actually cares? And isn't saying anything?
It was nice to see the boys standing up for Chris on Twitter. However, the situation has already begun to change the dynamic within the videos. For example, in a recent livestream titled Opening 1,000 Mystery Art Boxes, Chris would once again dress in quite a feminine way, and while everybody participated as usual, the energy and vibe didn't feel nearly as smooth as it normally does. It felt as though there was an unaddressed elephant in the room, and therefore everybody was in their head, as opposed to being in the present moment enjoying each other's company. Maybe everybody was simply too busy opening packages, but Chris did make these bizarre jokes about Jimmy being female, making him incredibly uncomfortable.
Oh my God, Jimmy, look, they drew you. Jimmy, they drew you so well. It looks just like you.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God, it's Jimmy.
How did fan art? This is what we were looking for. Be brave, be honest, be kind, Mr. Beast. That is my tagline.
Becoming even weirder when each member started to pay each other compliments.
Hey, nice shirt. Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Hey, nice shirt.
Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Thanks. Nice shirt.
Nice shoes.
For the most part, the live stream
Jesus Christ.
was devoid of awkward moments. However, it would act as fodder for another 100 million views worth of drama and criticism. Chris likely believes that people will slowly adapt to his new appearance over time, but is this really going to happen? Well, maybe. It's difficult to say as the situation is fairly unique, especially when considering Chris's reputation and influence. However, if Chris continues to transition, would it be unreasonable to say that he could jeopardize some of the personality traits which made him a successful member in the first place? Perhaps the opposite will happen, and he'll instead pick up new personality traits that better resonate with the current MrBeast
He looks
audience.
so different.
This was put forward in many comments supportive of Chris, who implied that there'll be millions of queer kids who look up to him, although this doesn't necessarily mean that it'll add any value to the videos. MrBeast has likely cultivated a massive LGBT audience, all of whom are already watching anyway, and if we've learned anything from Hollywood in recent years, it's that adding over-the-top LGBT characters for the sake of relatability rarely works as intended, and is often—
Well, I'm so confused. So does it matter what he's doing? I don't understand. I'm just trying to understand this. Do people does this affect business? I feel like more people are care about what they think than what he thinks, she thinks, they think. I don't know what the answer is. Please don't get mad at me. I'm just I don't know. Are you ever gonna bring back the old Ronaldo? How old do you think this kid is? It's just it's so easy to fucking tell. I don't get it. Where do they spawn from? Genuinely, where do you think they spawn from?
Piss dog!
Jesus Christ, bro.
nothing more than a distraction from the premise of the movie or video. On top of this, it can be uncomfortable and unrelatable for the silent majority, although as we have seen, a situation like Chris's does have the potential to create an otherworldly—
Wait, this is low-key making him viral. Are we thinking what I'm thinking?
amount of discussion, which could be seen as a benefit for the MrBeast brand.
Drama is good for growth, 100%. That would be an easy way to up my views if I got it.
The problem is this type of situation is probably the last thing that MrBeast wants to attract, as he's forced to agree with Chris's position, as he has no way of manipulating the situation without being painted as the bad guy. It's a lose-lose.
Painted? Get it? Because he said that he painted nails. That was a good joke. Do you guys get that one?
Situation for MrBeast. I think Jimmy is in an inescapable situation. If he kicks out Chris, cancelled. If he don't, his channel will die. For real.
Okay, do we really think MrBeast's channel will die? This is fucking insane. 123 million views? That's like the size of New York. 102 million views? 134 million views? 110 million views? This is fucking insane. Do you think there's people out there that say MrBeast doesn't pull views? Like, this is insane. What is the most popular video? This came out a year ago? Does anyone remember watching this on my stream? Wow, this was a year ago? Jesus. Who's been here from the start? You could be honest. 25 billion views. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times probably like... Wait, no. Divided by 1,000 times $8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. $200 million off YouTube. Does that sound right? $200 million off YouTube? $200 million. Is that a lot of money? That's mid. Taxes, 100 million. Let's see here. That's just mid. It's mid.
Inescapable Situation is a pretty good way of describing the drama, which is also why it deserves the harsh label of being a nightmare. Jimmy has no option but to publicly express acceptance of Chris's transition, as silence or even worse, disapproval would come with obvious severe repercussions. However, in accepting Chris's transition, Jimmy implies that this will be the new normal within the content, thus annoying a different group of people, many of whom will never express their true feelings and may rather simply click on fewer MrBeast videos. If this is the case, Jimmy has no option but to accept this fate, as removing Chris from the videos in any kind of way could create an even more severe media firestorm. The only clean solution, should things go south, might be for Chris to resign himself, and even then rumors and bad press will be unavoidable. Whether it be arrogance or ignorance, Chris seems oblivious to how this whole thing might impact Jimmy, forgetting that he achieved his current level of success by avoiding this exact type of drama.
129,000 comments. I'm not gonna lie, do y'all care about this? Like, I know I have some young people in here because you know who ended, but like, but do y'all actually care? Like, seriously. Like, let's be our age for a second. I doubt any of y'all actually really give a fuck. It's probably all the people that say yes are really just fucking kids. By the end of the day, who the fuck gives a fuck if someone wants to be a transgender? This is my statement. I don't even know if this is cancelable. I don't even know if this is bad. As long as, bro, if y'all want to be transgender, if you want to be gay, if you want to do whatever the fuck you want, I don't really give a fuck. It's your life. It doesn't bother me. You're not doing anything on me. True or no? It's the kids that's the problem. The kids shouldn't be. Bro, but who gives a fuck? Back then, they used to be racist as oh, they're still racist nowadays. But, like, bro, come on. Like, that's a bad comparison. I don't think it matters. I don't really give a fuck, honestly. I don't really watch MrBeast. Do you guys? I feel like MrBeast is an amazing YouTuber, probably the best YouTuber ever. But he's like a younger audience now.